Hello, I am Ryan from Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. Today I've got a special guest. I've got the famous Zev with Play to Z Games. And today we're going to be talking about Ascensinding Empires, the Zenith edition.
Yeah,
Zenith or Zenith?
Zenith,
okay.
Zenith.
So yeah, this has been a very exciting product. There's a previous game that was very popular, had a great fan base.
Yeah.
And now you're bringing it back with all new just glamour and everything around it.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. We added more miniatures. Basically, in the original game, only the troops were miniatures. Everything else was wood, like cubes and stuff like that.
Okay.
So here we got the miniature of the outposts, research facilities, cities, and so on. So yeah, so a lot of stuff there, a lot more wood. We got, and the new things also like star bases. So we have a lot of new components that were not in the original as well.
Okay, so besides just the components, what else do you think that players of the original game they would be surprised about?
Well, I think they're going to be surprised. First of all, the neoprene surface.
Okay.
They're going to be used to the
Premium.
9-piece. They got the 9-piece puzzle board that sometimes didn't fit well or warped or whatever. But this has been so far. The neoprene surface has been smooth. The flicks are great. There's still friction, so you're not like one touch and zoom off the board. So I think they'll enjoy that. And then I think they'll also like while you could still play the original way, this is a new way. So it's tweaks. Very, very familiar to the old players, but still some very neat, cool things there that associated also with the new stuff that you can buy, like star bases, for example. That's a new thing that you can do. So that's, we're very excited to present all that.
So it's not just a reprint of just a new skin on the same old thing.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
It's like all new stuff, but you can play the classic version if you yearn for that. It's there, but you can absolutely play different. It's another new modern way of playing.
So there was a new solo mode, or is there any new details you can give us about the solo mode?
Yeah, so there wasn't a solo mode in the original. In this one, right now, we're probably looking at a 6-mission campaign.
Okay.
There's actually going to be solo tech cards, so you won't use the tech tiles. These are just solo cards that you're going to use for the solo version. And then there's, like I said, there's going to be about 6 missions. You could play them out of order, but I think they're made to be played in order to increase in difficulty and so on and so forth.
Okay, I like a good challenge. You don't want to just have it. You want to just scroll through.
Exactly.
Or maybe you do. I don't know, but I like a challenge.
and they incorporate a lot of the new stuff that you can add to your game because we have a lot of modules like the mega structures, the ancient libraries. These are things you'll find in the solo mode incorporated in there.
Oh, very cool. All right, so the map is essentially 2 pieces, right?
Correct.
How does that hold up? Is there any concerns about that having issues or grinding up against each other, or how does that work?
Look, I got to say the designers played probably hundreds of games with 2 neoprene mats that he had. I've not played that many, but I've played a lot of games using this, and it's traveled, all over. I've been, all around the U.S. with the boxes. So far, they've been holding up very, very fine. When you put the edges together, I think they're stitched around the 3 other sides, and then the sides that meet are not stitched, but they just form a nice seam. They just like almost seamless, meaning, you know what I mean? It's like if you put them even, very hard pressed to even see in the middle. But the thing is, it's not raised, it's not bumpy or whatever, and you can flick directly across it with no issues.
And because of the neoprene mat, it's not going to slip and slide either. They're going to be stuck to the surface.
Exactly. So yes, I mean, and they've been holding up very, very well. Now, someone got nails or whatever, and then like scratches. I can't speak to that. But so far, they have not been worn down.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about stickers for a minute. A lot of people dread putting stickers on their tokens, things like that. That was something that happened with the original game. Is that still going to be the case in this version?
No, everything that has an image on the disc are all screen printed on.
Okay, very nice.
So you don't have to sticker anything.
That's going to save my OCD, centering it right on the token. All right, so what was the biggest challenge that you faced when you were preparing for this campaign? I mean, there's a whole lot that goes into that. I know very little about that whole process. What's the biggest challenge you faced? So
honestly, me too. I never ran a Kickstarter before, and we just hired somebody who knows Kickstarters, Off Duty Ninja. They're people I know. They're great, and they're running it for us. I answer questions. I tried to help out as much as possible. So really, it's just a challenge of, okay, what will work in a Kickstarter, what won't work in a Kickstarter. And one of the things was, when we designed this game, we didn't have Kickstarter in mind. So it had to sort of shoehorn into it, but the only way to do that, like we don't have any stretch goals or anything like that, is we just made the price lower than the retail for the Kickstarter. So you're saving like $30. or so.
That's real money.
It's something,
that's
yeah, it's,
significant.
absolutely. But that was like the thing we can do. But we are investigating a couple other things that we might be able to add as an add-on.
Okay.
Kind of.
So you mentioned a couple of maybe some add-on potentials. What were some things you had in mind?
I think the one big thing we're looking at is a one-piece neoprene mat. That's like 28 by 28 inches. Yes, it'll have the holes cut out and everything. It will have to be shipped separately. It might be able to be folded and put inside the box if you buy a copy of the box and not just the add-on. But we won't know yet. Hopefully next week we'll have some answers. I'm trying to get prices on it.
Okay. So can you give us any teases as far as what's next for Play to Z after the Ascensinding Empires kind of wraps up?
Well, so we have a bunch of games signed and games that we're looking at. Not everything will be through crowdfunding. We actually have probably 2 games that will come through distribution before Ascensinding Empires comes out. Now, Ascensinding Empires will be out this year. We're looking at around a September, October release. But I have 2 other games that were also just pretty much finished, and they can come out. They're going to come out roughly July-ish or something like
So you're
that.
coming out of the gate swinging.
Yeah, we're coming out of the gate swinging. I came back. I had some games already, ready to go. Just little tweaks here and there. So one is a game called King's Coalition. Very cool, $20 card game. If you like Fantasy Realms, I think you'll love also King's Coalition. And then we have Lynx. Lynx is an economic game with a little ecological thing, exploring the lynx hair cycle, the predator-prey cycle, and actually almost like a stock market. When one thing does well, another one does well.
Yeah, the whole ecosystem.
Right. If you overtrap, then you'll bust one of the other species and stuff. So you got to be careful with that.
Keep all those balls juggling in the air.
Yeah. And then just a thing, if people have seen, if they go to the website or seen other ways, they might have seen a teaser for something called 23 Knives.
I did see a little Facebook clip on that.
So we're going to have something on March 15th. If you come to our website, we're going to be offering something, and then something in July. We will be doing our next crowdfunding.
So is that the Ides of March? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes. So March 15th, we will have something special.
A little Easter egg for you history fans.
Exactly. And then that will be something that will kickstart in July.
All right. This is the question that we ask everybody that we interview. This is, what's your very first favorite game? The first time you decided, that was awesome. I like it. What's your first favorite game?
Well, the reason I started Z-Man was Shadow Fist, right?
Okay.
Way back when. That's why I started. I wanted to bring back my favorite collectible card game. So I would have to say that would be the first.
That's very on brand for you. That's perfect. All right, now what would you say is your favorite game? What's a game that you love to get to the table?
Oh, man. I don't have I have lots of favorites. Fantasy Realms, Pandemic, Agricola, Tales of the Arabian Nights, Sidereal Confluence when I can get that. Oh my lord! Trying to remember. It's like I go through the catalog that I have in my head of the game. Shadow Hunters, Ghoul in the Dark. I loved. Prophecy was great. It's just so
You've
many.
got a lot of little categories. You've got some Euros, some social deductions in there.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't have I like all my things should tell a story in some way. There's an arc or whatever. But look, I love No Thanks. No Thanks is one of my favorite also little games. But it's just a fun social type of game. But yeah, so I don't have any particular genre that I love. I just love good games that
I think that kind of speaks to the name of the company, Play to Z, kind of encompasses A to Z. It's like everything in between.
Pretty much, exactly. Play to Z, man. Just play everything, whatever works. And in my case, whatever I think is worth getting out there. That's what I feel people should be playing. Absolutely.
All right, this is one of Bethany's favorite questions. She's not here with us. She has to stay home with the kids. Hi, Bethany. She likes to ask, what's your favorite beverage? We're currently here in Bourbon Country. We're at the Gamma Expo. We're surrounded by bourbon. But what's your favorite beverage? What would you choose?
So it's funny. Yeah, it's kind of sad, right? All this bourbon. I don't drink alcohol.
Me neither.
So it has no appeal to me whatsoever.
We reviewed Distilled recently, and we were talking about that like, I don't know what this stuff is, but I love this game. I don't know what this stuff is.
Yes, you can love the game, right? But the drink now, I'm not interested. I would probably have to say Dr. Pepper, but it's been displaced by trying out different root beers.
Oh, so, like local
I always try
root beers.
Exactly. I always try if I hear of one, I try it out. I try to get it. I try to stay away a bit from sodas, so I haven't drunk that much. But yeah, I would have to say root beer, and a good root beer is probably one of my favorite beverages.
All right, very cool. Well, we're kind of wrapping things up. So where can people go to find more about Play to Z, or specifically Ascensinding Empires? Where can people find more about you? Where would you direct them?
Well, definitely come to our website, www.play2zgames.com. You can also check out the Kickstarter, Ascensinding Empires, if you want to know more about that game. But the website will tell you about Ascensinding Empires, and it will start slowly showing you the other games that we're coming out with.
All right, I think that's all I've got. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, be sure to hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. We'd love to hear from you guys. If you have any questions for Zev, put it in the comments below. I will try to get in contact with him, get any answers that you might have about that. Be sure to go to the Kickstarter page. Check out Ascensinding Empires. I'm pretty excited about it. The Zenith edition. Did I say it right?
Zenith, yes.
Zenith edition.
Yeah, I think the British say
That's
Zenith.
why. I've got that British gene in me somewhere. I don't know. You guys, thanks so much for watching. We will see you next time.
Take
Bye.
care.
You guys, thanks for watching our shenanigans. As always, we appreciate it. Over here, if you follow this link, you're going to find a playlist we've hand-selected, handcrafted just for you because you watched this video.
And if you check over here, this is a video that YouTube thinks you might like. So you can check that out if you want as well.
All right, we appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.